Here are some of the most dangerous and weirdest Happy Meal toys that were ever given to kids.
A lot of these are from the 80s and 90s, but I do remember some of them.
First, we have the Ronald McDonald glove puppet. This was given out in the 70s and 80s.
Now, I'm sure we can all agree that Ronald McDonald is already creepy as it is, but this toy was actually suffocating children because when you give very little kids plastic bags, they put it over their face. So this was removed from Happy Meals by the 90s.
They also came out with this Ronald McDonald mask in 1974.
And it wasn't dangerous in any way, but a lot of kids were afraid of it.
They had what was called the Tickle Feather, which came out in 1982.
It was just made out of foam, and people were encouraged to go up to strangers and tickle them. Parents literally complained about this because, as you can tell, it's a very weird concept and could be a little dangerous with strangers, so they removed it almost right away. There are so many more, so I'll have to make a part 2 at some point.
This is a story about a doll that actually aged.
Now, normally when you own a doll for a very long time, it starts to naturally deteriorate. But this particular doll actually aged, like got wrinkles, got older. It ended up looking like someone in their late 80s or 90s. So a lot of people believe this doll to be extremely haunted.
This anonymous family originally got this doll on Christmas. She had beautiful long hair, eyes that sparkled, a dress with a lace trim.
And the little girl played with it for years and years until eventually she got older and grew out of it.
And it was still in good condition when it was placed in a box in the attic and forgotten about.
Years later, the family was cleaning out the attic and they stumbled across the doll once again. But this time it looked wrinkled and extremely aged. It says the arms were stiff and mummified. They said the eyes were the most haunting part about this doll because they looked so human, and they instantly detected this presence with the doll like a spirit. And it still just remains a huge mystery as to what the heck happened with this doll. Because in my family, we still have dolls from the early 1900s and they did not do this, so.
This Chatty Cathy doll from 1959 had a very dark side.
Now, this was considered the world's most famous talking doll for that time. It was able to speak 11 different phrases when the little string was pulled on her back. She would say things like, "Let's play school," or "I love you so much." And it was just such a revolutionary technology for the toy industry.
She was supposed to be a 5-year-old girl that had blonde hair and a short bob style and blue eyes. And she was the second most popular doll of the 1960s after Barbie.
Millions of people owned her, and the thing is, a lot of people had complaints. Some people said every once in a while their Chatty Cathy would talk in this creepy low man's voice, and it would completely spook the kid that was playing with it. Other times kids would complain that their Chatty Cathy was talking in the middle of the night when they were trying to sleep, which is especially weird because in order for the doll to talk, you had to pull a string on her back. It wasn't like an easy button to press or anything. So a lot of people were returning Chatty Cathy.
This is a teddy bear that is so dangerous it has to be locked up.
This bear is located in England.